Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hike 365 live show. On this show, we're going to talk about our ongoing challenge to hike 365 miles in 2019. We're Happy Trails Hiking. On this channel, we provide you quality content on healthy lifestyle and park travel.
Hi. We're happy that you're here. I'm supposed to do roll call now. So, as people are filing in the room, let me say hello to the Beer Belly Travelers who were first, and Lori Bryant and Happy Trails Hiking. We're here.
Just letting you know.
Sweet.
I'm glad. Otherwise, I'd be a figment of my imagination.
Wow. That's something else. The Idahonian is here. Tanya Lambert, hello. River to Ridge Adventures. How's it going tonight, Justin? Panic D is here. Martys Crew, Our Family Adventures. Outdoor Nomad, Gilbert Rod, Hike with Mike. Diana SFNG is here. It is awesome to see everybody. And Lori says, I'm just trying to get 36.5 miles. Okay.
Like
365, goals.
36.5.
That works, whatever. It's all good. That's something else indeed. Yes, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and we appreciate everybody's being here. Hike with Me is here as well. Oh, moving right now, installing new microwave. Well, have fun with that. Thanks for stopping in, Carol. We appreciate it. All right. So I did my part. What's next? I'm supposed to say tonight, our show is brought to you by our Shopify store. You can find our Shopify store and fancy things like this t-shirt that says get your hike on, as well as fabulous photography like that sign right up there at happytrailshiking.com/store. And we're trying to make new stuff all the time. I think our next designs will be from Wichita. Like your shirt.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Visit Wichita shirt on.
Yeah. Okay. We have a special show for you tonight, guys. I'm really excited about this. Matt's being interviewed. I asked several of y'all in our community what you'd want to know about Matt if you got the chance to ask a question. So I'm giving you that opportunity, and I got questions.
Okay.
I'm excited. So stay tuned for that, but we're going to do other stuff tonight first with the challenge. Anyway. Okay. Diana SFNG is trying to get 5,000 steps daily. That's a great goal, too. Awesome. And, phew. Oh, hello. Virtual support for the Hike 365 challenge. Thank you very much, Panic D. I appreciate it. Okay, it's your turn now.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, it's that time of the show where we check in our drinks. And I am drinking out of my Bubba Gumps mug here this evening. There's a fancy name for this kind of mug. What's it called?
I don't know. Eileen, what's it called?
It's a beer glass.
It's a beer glass.
So it's actually a really expensive beer glass.
No,
it's not a
that's small.
I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
But at any rate, it's Sam Adams 76, which is, as I recall, it's brewed with both ale and lager yeast. It's a really great summer beer.
Fancy.
What you got?
I've got a Manhattan with 2 cherries because they're fun. And Hike with Mike has Natty Light. Hike with Mike, I think you'd like this Sam 76. It's nice and light, crisp summer beer. Yeah, anyway, it's a Pilsner glass. See, I knew Eileen would know. And Tanya Lambert's drinking iced tea, and Armadillo Junction came in. So, hello, Armadillo Junction. We saw that you put in some miles this week. So, awesome.
Laura's got water, and she's working on the health challenge.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes, she got her last 2 ounces for the day. I chugged those earlier so that I could have this. So I understand. And Martys Crew is drinking Sam's Summer Ale.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Diana's got hot cocoa. Awesome. Ice water for Justin from River to Ridge Adventures. That's all right. And Dana and I are drinking sparkling water. Just finished a canned wine, though. Yeah,
right.
I've been seeing these canned wines. She says she's not a fan. At drink working water. Kind of at work drinking water, says Armadillo Junction.
Water is always a good choice, especially when working.
Ooh, Idahonian threw some vodka in the ginger ale.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Right. Fun stuff.
But it still tastes like ginger ale.
I bet it does. Anyway, that's all right. I hope everybody's doing good today. We had a sunny day here in Missouri. We were excited about that. and it got up to about 70 here today.
I think we probably hit 75.
It was really muddy on the trail.
Very muddy.
Really muddy.
Serious slogging.
Oh yeah, not only slogging, but Matt got stuck. It was really interesting to listen to his foot come out of the mud several times. Panic D says, I got my decaf coffee going over here. Wish I finished my water earlier. Good. And Tanya Lambert says she got her cardio. She's in for the health challenge. She got her cardio chasing 2-year-olds at a birthday party for her great nephew. That's phew. Hey, Pam. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. And Hike with Mike, yes, is still here. Awesome. Okay. Next thing.
All
we
right,
should go over our
the
spreadsheet.
beverages.
Yes. Oh, if you have questions, especially once we start the interview, because I will be concentrating on my questions. But if you have questions for Matt or I, please put at Happy Trails Hiking or hashtag Happy Trails Hiking in the chat, and that will help me see them. Otherwise, moderators, if you can help out with that once we get started on the interview, that'd be awesome. Okay.
I think it's time to go to the spreadsheet.
Okay. Let me get to that spreadsheet. Got it. Okay. We'll show you the spreadsheet. And I know for a fact that we have one little thing that was wrong, but that's okay. We may find some more mistakes. Spreadsheet. Is here.
So one of the things, because this is a manual process, I build this sheet based on your the name that you put in. So if you use one name one week and a different name the next week, it may not do the right thing.
For instance, once Dana and Eileen put in Bear Belly Travelers, and so we didn't get their miles on. This week, Kenny, who is the Idahonian Kenny, put his miles under Kenny, and so these 7 miles actually belong down here.
Yeah.
So
it's no big deal. I usually go through and post-process it and try to correct those things, but I was being a slacker this evening and I did not do that.
He was playing in his
Actually,
office.
I was working on a different project, and so I put this thing together in record time. So there were some mistakes.
Yes. All right. So Armadillo Junction put up 5.5 miles this week. So way to go. And Journey of Bear did 11 miles this week, which is really good. And he's got some great pictures coming up. Cliff Riser put up 7.6. Dana and Eileen put up 7. We got a big whopping 3. Hike with Mike, I added yours from last week and yours from this week together. So I think that's 5. If I'm wrong, I can fix it. Justin Smith from River to Ridge Adventures is at 24 miles this week. So congratulations on that. Chris Aconi got 16.5. Martys Crew, our Family and Adventures, did 11 miles today, and they got some great bison pictures. And then Vicky Marshall only got 11, but so maybe we should check on Vicky. No, Vicky's normally putting up like lots more than that, but that's okay. But she's still rocking it out at 314 miles. She's going to get the Hike 365 by, June, probably. And then Outdoor Nomad put up 20.3 miles. So that's awesome. Am I missing anything in the chat there, Matt?
Chat is rolling on. We had a couple more check in.
Art of Morbid's here.
Yes.
Awesome. And his name's Frank, and he lives in Chicago, and he's a photographer, and I aspire to be as awesome a night photographer as Frank is.
Okay.
Yes. He has some awesome videos that we should watch for night photography. But anyway, so welcome, Frank. We're happy that you're here. So we're just going over our total. I didn't say the total. Okay. The grand total for this week is...
for this week, not 1,000. This week is 131 miles that everyone logged in.
Yay.
And so our total for the year so far is almost 2,000 miles.
Yeah.
We're at 53% of our goal.
So
for the date.
The goal now is to get closer to the 100% for everybody who's put up miles. So our total that everybody put in is 1923, and we should have, from all the people who are participating, 3,500 miles. So we're ish.
Because of my I made a couple of mistakes, so that throws the numbers off a little bit. But we're above 50%.
But yeah,
now, so
it is incredible. I agree.
That's fantastic.
Beer Belly Travelers, yeah, Eileen says it's incredible, and it is incredible. I'm very excited. And Beer Belly Traveler says we're making up ground now that spring is here. You know, I have this idea that probably next weekend we're going to get some more miles into, because
we might do a little hiking.
Might have somebody to hike with. You never know. Anyway, meetups are fun. So, you know how much Matt and I like maps. I did a map for last week and for this week since I didn't get last week's done. So let me show you that, because we have the map really is incredible. It's really neat to look at. I love it when the computer works right, or when it does what I think it's going to do. There we go. Okay, there, share. So look at this really cool map. So we have lots out here, as well as Hike With Me. Carol has been putting in miles here in the Southwest for us. Middle of the country is well represented. And then we got Armadillo Junction down here. And then our Florida contingency, as well as Journey of Bear has been getting around some. And then this right here is Crisicone on the AT. So, but Journey of Bear hiked and spent some time in Williamsburg. So that's awesome, guys. I love this map. It just makes me happy. Florida Pirates here. Hello. Thank you for coming. And Gilbert Rod says, last week I walked 4.21 miles. Awesome, Gilbert. You need to be in for the Hike 365 challenge. I can contact me on Twitter if you want to be in for the challenge, and I can get you all set up with that. That would be awesome to have you in. Okay. So we have pictures that people shared with us this week, and I was very excited to do that. So let's go on to pictures. This one is bison. These are Cinco de Mayo bison. They're not wearing sombreros, but you know how
they're not eating Mexican food either.
They're the same place that Lori and I hiked when we hiked on Easter, and we found Easter bison. So now they're Cinco de Mayo bison found by Martys Crew, our family adventures. So anyway, good evening, Chandra Pivo. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. This is a picture from River to Ridge, and it's his first Missouri scorpion.
I didn't know we had scorpions in Missouri.
We do. Congratulations, something else to look out for on the trail.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, but it's cool.
And he was at Victoria Glades, and there's a skull. I'm not sure what kind, because I'm not that cool. And he found turtles and pretty wildflowers. So thank you for sharing those with us.
Those are neat pictures. I like the collage.
Yeah, very good, Justin. That's awesome. And then he had an Arkansas trip. So these pictures are all from his Arkansas trip. And you're watching chat, right? Okay.
Sort of.
Sort of. Okay. Drinking beer.
I was actually just looking at the pictures.
Okay. Well, this is a river, and there's people canoeing. See? Or floating.
Floating.
They're not canoeing. I'm sorry. I got it wrong. Look at that picture. That one's pretty.
Oh, yeah. That's
That one's
good.
really nice. You can tell those. Yeah. Arkansas, Ozarky. Oh, nice. The men of the mountain. Oh, wonderful job on that.
Oh, yeah.
Great job, Justin. That's an awesome picture. These are by River to Ridge.
Tripod shot, no doubt.
And River to Ridge says that's a raccoon skull, by the way. Yeah, very nice waterfall pictures. Home for the weekend. Oh, neat. And a little fire out here in this. Yeah. Yeah, nice.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, getting a little wet there. Don't open the sunroof. Yeah. Wow, didn't know they were there. Don't know. Oh, yeah. Cool scorpion. Didn't know they were in Missouri. Have bark scorpions in Florida. Been stung. Ow. It's a numbing sensation, not a threat unless you're allergic to stings. Okay. That's cool. Florida Pirate Adventures taking off. Have a good night. David, appreciate you coming. Oh, that's a pretty one, too. I want to go to Arkansas now. I really want to go to Arkansas now.
Oh, that's amazing there.
Yeah, that's a great photo. Wow. Balanced rock. Or pedestal rock? Pedestal rock. Yeah, these are awesome. Oh, you're making me nervous. Sam's throne. He's got them all written down there in the corner. So it's nice. Thanks for marking where they all are. Whew. Fun.
That's hysterical.
That's a great shot. That's a great shot. Beautiful. Beautiful pictures. And then Chris Oconee wanted to share his trip from last week with us. He and his wife are doing section hiking the AT. There's a ton of pictures here. I'm going to flip through them quick. Okay, just making sure. Oh, little fiddle. Aren't those fiddlehead ferns? Someone in the bushcrafts tell me. Beautiful, just beautiful. Yep, AT. Very pretty. Yes, I just love, this is why I love the Hike 365 lives, because I get to see all these really cool pictures. Yeah, they were at Hog Camp Gap, and they were staying at I don't know if they stayed at the shelter that night or not. I would assume they were backpacking. Yeah, just gorgeous pictures. Wildflowers this year in Missouri have been beautiful. They were really nice in Wichita last weekend too. He's probably got 100 pictures here. So this one, okay, so these sets are from Journey of Bear. And River to Ridge is on Instagram, by the way. And yes, he has great pictures and lots of fun stuff to see. So these are from Journey of Bear, and he was in Colonial Williamsburg and got some great pics of Colonial Williamsburg. That's very nice. The gardens there are wonderful. And then he was in, I know it says Williamsburg again, but it was not Williamsburg. It was another place. But really interesting architecture and things. He found a bald eagle. Marty and Eagle. Oh, so pretty. That's fun. And our next images are from Beer Belly Travelers. This is Eileen on a hike. She
looks like a log.
She beat up a tree. Totally took it down. Okay, tell me that these don't look like floating leaves.
Oh, that is cool.
That's cool.
You've got the leaves in focus, but the branch is blurred out.
That's awesome.
It looks like, it looks like it could be a like a bug flying.
Yeah, I thought it was
like
at first. Actually, I thought that she'd thrown some of those helicopters into the air and then let them fall, but no, there's sticks there. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. These are from Eileen as well. This is Oberon. We get to meet Oberon soon. I'm very excited. Very excited. Okay, and so Oberon's on this wooden structure. And, oh, I meant to show you this picture first. I'm not quite sure where that is, but I like the tree-lined trails. That's the wooden structure. That's wet. That looks like a falling hazard to me. Great pictures, everybody. Fantastic pictures. Thank you so, so much. And yes, I want to go back to Colonial Williamsburg. We were there when I was a child. I was 11. I was little. Yeah. So, yeah, I want to go back to Colonial Williamsburg. Great job, everybody, this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your pictures. All right.
Do you have any from today to share? No. Okay, that's fine.
No, I don't have any pictures from today to share. We went hiking, though, today at a new place. You want to tell them about it, even though I don't have any pictures?
Yes, I was trying to remember the name of it.
La Barque Creek Conservation Area.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of conservation areas in Missouri, and most of our hikes so far have been state parks. But the conservation areas tend to be less traveled and less trafficked. And so we didn't really know we were going to go. So I got up this morning and I just got on the web
and pancakes.
Oh yeah, I did make pancakes for breakfast. They were quite good. Mm-hmm. And so after pancakes and bacon and coffee, we said, all right, where are we going to hike? So I just pulled up a Google map and put in state parks, and it happened to show conservation areas too. And so this one showed, about an hour southwest of town, give or take.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes.
And drove down there, and it was a little 3-mile loop, but there was some elevation change. Typical hiking in the foothills of Missouri and near St. Louis. So kind of rocky, a little bit up and a little bit down, but actually it was pretty easy. It was incredibly muddy, as is typical for spring, especially this year.
We had dogwoods, though. I can share my dogwood picture.
One of the interesting things on the way down there, we went by Howe Island. And you all may remember from, I think it was a live show we did a few weeks ago. Where was it on live show?
Well, we showed a video on a live show, but we did an edited video of Howe Island and Babbler
So, but if you don't remember that, Howe Island is in the Missouri River near Chesterfield Valley. And most of the time you can access Howe Island via a concrete, it's like almost a road. And there are water channels underneath the road. And so the water from the channel flows underneath the road, and you can access the mountain island, not a mountain, by walking across the road. So that's the way you get to it most of the year. But as we were driving across the river today, we thought, ooh, the water is so high, we bet that the island itself might be flooded. So we took a quick gander, and we couldn't even get to the channel because the river was so high.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably, I don't know, another 20, 30 yards back from where the channel would normally be.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was where the new banks of the channel are.
Okay, River to Ridge Adventure says we butchered the name La Barque. So, okay. La Barque. It's a French name with a whole lot of too many vowels in it. And it's
stream.
It says the stream through La Barque, which I can't pronounce, is beautiful. We butchered the name. Haha. And I was like, okay, fine. Too many damn vowels. All right. But anyway,
I'll butcher better here in a bit. Give me
yeah, I was gonna say,
I'll think of something more entertaining.
It'll be great. Anyway, we had stairs today too, and then let's see, what was the other thing I wanted to show you? Oh, the dogwoods. The dogwood trees are blooming. They're very pretty, and I like them.
Oh
no, I meant.
River Ridge says he butchered the name.
Oh, you butchered the name. Okay.
We may have it completely wrong too. That's actually kind of the running joke. When it comes to French names, I always get them horribly wrong.
It's kind of like Duchesne Street
so
here in St. Charles.
There's a road in St. Charles called Duchesne. And I lived here for a couple of years, and I kept calling it Duchesne, and a local was like, "What's wrong with you? What are
you doing?
It's Duchesne." I was like, "What?"
Oh, okay.
Looks like there's a CH and that,
There's a
so pronunciation, not my strength.
We did find some wet weather waterfalls. Wet weather waterfalls. And I don't take very long videos, but they were very pretty. See, I can show this. My stairs are nice. Beer belly travelers, we disagree, especially wet stairs. Wet stairs are not nice. But yeah, there were some really great things today, and our boots suffered a bit. Oh, flip. Stupid phone.
That's not working.
Nope, not working at all. Anyway, my boots were they're kind of a bluish gray color. They were way muddier then. They were much muddier. Anyway, so there's that. Okay. Is everybody ready for an interview with Matt? Because I have my questions ready. All right. So down below in the description, you will find names of channels that put in questions. And I have your questions. You can't read them. You're not allowed.
Oh, I'm not supposed to read them.
Nope.
All right.
Actually, I warned you about a couple, so that's okay.
I don't remember there being anything particularly.
No, there wasn't anything weird. Anyway, let's see. Without future rain as a factor, expecting the Merrimack to be the 7th highest river and the Mississippi to be the 4th highest river with plenty more rain coming. I know. We could use a break in the rain for a little bit, and just let it go down. Anyway. All right. So, Panic D, paranormal history. Would like to know, what is it like living with a spouse who is a full-time YouTuber? Be kind.
What's it like living with a spouse who's a full-time YouTuber? You know, it's really not that much different than living with a spouse who is a teacher.
Okay. Except I make you dinner every night.
Yeah, the schedule is more flexible. Conversation at dinner revolves around people out in the world that I kind of know in some cases and know well in others, but the people are different. Instead of it being high school students that did crazy things, it's YouTubers that did crazy things, you know.
And our language is worse, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's just it's a different environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like the fact that the channel, you've been able to focus on that, and so that gets us outside more. You know, there's no way we could do the Hike 365 challenge when you were teaching, just because you were too booked on the weekends. It just wouldn't. I mean, we're like at 50 or 60% of our mileage where we should be, which is fine.
But wait a minute, like two.
But you know, we would have only hiked maybe every other weekend when you were teaching.
Right. Right.
So living with a full-time YouTuber, good.
It's good. Yay. Hey, Chillin' with Melon. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. All right. Travel small, live big. Heather really wants to know what you think the best walking shoes are.
Best walking shoes. Travel small, live big. They're out in California.
California.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the R-Pod?
Yes. And they live on a little boat in a boatyard. She runs a dockyard.
They pull the R-Pod with a Dodge Ram.
You know I'm going to know that answer.
I think so.
Sure.
So at any rate, what was the question?
Your best walking shoes. Dodge Ram. It just it makes him go boom.
Sorry. I like cars. And trucks and motorcycles. So
Corvette.
when it comes to walking shoes, I would say the best walking shoes are those which are comfortable.
Okay.
But I'll elaborate on that. I find that for walking, I actually don't want a running shoe because a running shoe is so light. If I'm just walking, I want something with a little bit more substance, and I've got a couple brands in mind. So there for a while, I was wearing a Rockport walking shoe that was also somewhat dressy. Like you could kind of wear it as a dress shoe. It was definitely not a sneaker look. And those were great for just like street walking. Not so good for a rocky trail. They weren't really designed for that. What I wear now is an Oboz trail walking shoe. And
on a day-to-day
basis. Yeah. So if I don't have to wear dress shoes to work, I wear the Oboz trail shoes, and they are fantastic for walking, and you can take them on the trail too. I also have Oboz hiking boots, but I love the trail shoes. They're awesome.
Okay. Next question comes from Yankee from Yankees Outdoor Adventures.
Okay.
It's kind of a two-part question.
All right.
So, what is your most favorite thing about hiking and your least favorite thing about hiking?
My most favorite thing about hiking, well, there's probably, I don't know if there's any one. There's two or three. One of the most important ones is the time we get together.
Aww.
That's important.
Me. Okay, I'm done.
And so another thing that's really important about hiking is getting away from everyone else. Another thing that's important about hiking is seeing beautiful things that most people don't get to see because they choose not to take that walk. So those are some things that I really like about hiking.
Your least favorite thing now?
Insects.
Oh yeah.
I hate insects.
They just started. It's bad.
I mean, I can deal with the heat. I can pretty well dodge poison ivy. Snakes tend to run out of the way.
We saw one today, though.
You know, I can handle cold, with the right gear. but insects will just ruin a hike. So that's the absolute worst thing about hiking.
Yeah, you'll see in our video from today, well, that was the first part of the video, is us spraying everything down. So kill all the insects, they say. And then Beer Belly Traveler says we 100% agree on both accounts. Excellent. Armadillo Junction says the rivers here are full also. So in Texas, so much rain. We've had so much rain. And then up north of us, they had so much snow. Ask Beer Belly Travelers how much snow they had this year, and up in Michigan. And they've just been sending it on down. So yeah, yeah. Good answers, Matt. So far, since we're 30 minutes in now, I just do want to welcome everyone new to Happy Trails Hiking. Thank you for coming. And this is our Hike 365 live show. Most of the time, we are just covering the miles that everybody who's in for the challenge of hiking 365 miles in the year 2019. But tonight we have special interview with Matt. We do like to interview folks every now and again, but haven't gotten one of those from outside of the channel for a while. So I put it out to our community to see if they wanted to offer questions to ask to Matt. And those are the channels that you'll see down in the description. Your next question, Matt, is from Rivers to Ridge Adventures. What's your favorite beer?
Oh. An open one.
An open one.
My favorite beer is probably from Urban Chestnut. It's called Stalipa, St. Louis IPA. It's a double IPA. Very well balanced and very strong.
Yeah, he's an IPA fan. So Panic D is trying to convince Marianne to keep on teaching and let him do YouTube full time.
Good luck.
Yeah. And Beer Belly Traveler said, too hard of a question. LOL. All right. So travel small, live big had another one. How do you research your hikes and how do you find such great trails? Be honest.
The secret to researching hikes, I'm going to use some colorful language here. It's not that bad.
Oh, okay.
GTS, Google that shit.
We just got demonetized. No, we didn't.
I was like, okay. What?
It's okay.
There's no way. So whenever I'm looking for a trail, I start with Google based on wherever it is that I want to go. Like this morning, I got on the web. I said, I need something that's close. I pulled up Google Maps and I typed in Missouri State Parks, and that's how I found the trail today. The other thing that we do when we're trying to figure out where we're going to hike is we have a bigger destination. So we've been I love the delay. We've been musing about where we're going to go like a year from now, and we've been kind of saying, well, maybe we should go back to Death Valley, which we might do.
Vote for that.
We might not, but what we'll do is we'll research Death Valley and find hikes there. But then we're also going to we're thinking about maybe taking an RV trip out there. We'll look for campgrounds along the way and say, okay, if we're just going to drive to get there, what would that route be? But then what can we see along the way? Yeah. So again, using the internet as the first level research tool. And then the second thing that I always recommend that folks do, if you're in a park, there's probably going to be a visitor center. Mm-hmm. So if it's a state park or a national park, you're probably going to find that. And a lot of times with local city and county parks too, you'll get a visitor center.
We have several.
So if you just show up at a park and you don't know anything about it, by all means, go to the visitor center.
Or find a kiosk.
Or a kiosk. A lot of times in Missouri state parks especially, you'll have a kiosk with a map. You can take a picture of it on your phone. If you've got, I always recommend hiking with a person, but some folks solo hike, and I get that too. But if you've got more than one electronic device and there's no paper map, use all of your devices to take a picture in case you lose a battery or something. Okay. But that's how we pick hikes. Google and the other thing you can do is just simply talking to folks.
Oh yeah. When we were in Wichita last week, we would just, hey, what's your favorite park here? Or what's your favorite restaurant or whatever? And yeah, usually they go, oh, you should go over to Pawnee Prairie. Okay, yeah, we stopped over there earlier. Are there any trails we should go to or whatever. So
And we didn't use that for hikes last time when we were in Wichita last weekend.
food.
But we did use it to find our breakfast spot on the third day, and that was definitely a win.
Yep. Panic D says they do that with haunted locations too.
Yep.
It works. It works. All right. Are you ready for the next question?
Yep.
Okay. Inspired John. If you could go hiking with anyone, who would it be? I get to go to, is what he said, but.
Oh, okay. So who would I hike with besides Kay?
Besides me. Yeah, you have to say somebody besides me. And I would add living or dead.
Oh, living or dead?
Ooh.
John Muir.
Me too. Sorry, I hit my husband. He didn't mean to.
I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, John Muir. Okay, so now alive.
Well, okay, but then I was going to add to that one Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, well, heck yeah. Hiking with both of those, that'd be amazing. Couldn't get past security, though. Anyway, yeah, perfect answer. Okay, so alive.
Alive.
Say Dana and
No.
No, okay. I'd hike with Dana and Eileen. We're gonna anyway.
Yeah, just
Martys
so well. There's actually, most of the time, if there's someone that I want to hike with, I kind of figure out how to make that happen. Unless I'm just trying to think if there's someone that it might be harder to reach out to and hike with. I don't know.
Like, is there a superstar? No,
I don't like
superstars.
celebrities really.
Is there a writer or someone that you would like just want to spend time with that you think would like to go for a hike? Like Bill Gates? Do you think Bill Gates hikes? Because you would love to spend some time with him.
Well, that would be very amusing. I'm not sure if he's a hiker. I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll come back to that one, or maybe not. But let's move on.
Okay. Whew. All right. Next question. Beer Belly Travelers. What gear item will you never hike without? I know the answer. If I don't.
Gear. So this will probably, since it's a gear, it probably doesn't include like water. Map and compass.
Map and compass. What if you don't? I mean, I just thought compass because in the past we've hiked without a map, not very far, but we've hiked without a map.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've hiked without a map and compass, but if like there's one must-have, it's the navigation. And I'm not counting food and water as gear.
Panic D says, "Yeah, I'm sure Uncle Billy hikes."
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Only if he's like saving children and it's a philanthropy or I don't know. Probably does. Okay, next. Gilbert Rod, who's still in the chat. When you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? You can pick more than one.
The first thing I remember wanting to be was a lawyer.
That makes sense. Okay.
I'm happy with computer science.
I don't like to argue, and we've had some. Well, he does. He loves to debate, and I don't like to debate. I'm not good at it, and I cry.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I'm not really that good at debate either.
And I cry. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So Martys Crew and Rivers to Ridge. So these are two, River to Ridge Adventures and Martys Crew. Wanted to know, name some place you've never been to that you really want to hike at. And why?
Hawaii.
And why?
Because I definitely am very interested in seeing recent geothermal activity, results thereof.
Okay.
And Hawaii is a place that has something. It has beaches. It has white sandy beaches, black sand. Well, I don't know if it's white, but it definitely has the black sand beaches from recent volcanic rock that's been converted into sand by the ocean. And it's got mountains too. So you can have a beach vacation and a hiking vacation and a snow vacation.
Yep.
And waterfalls, all in the same place. So Hawaii's probably a big one.
Do I get to go too?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we're going to Hawaii. I don't know when.
Sometime.
Can't RV there though.
Yeah, it's a little hard.
Alf will have to stay home.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Alf, Jerome B. Farm and Homestead asked the practical question because he's a farmer.
Okay.
what is your miles per gallon with ALF and without ALF? So we drive a 2016 Toyota Tundra truck.
Yeah. So Toyota Tundra, 5.7 liter V8, 4-wheel drive, crew cab.
Crew cab.
So I don't have it nailed down exactly yet because we haven't done enough to really nail down the MPGs. But normally the MPG runs somewhere around 16. And with ALF, I think it's probably 12 or 13.
Okay.
So it's not as bad of a hit as you might expect. I watch a channel called TFL, the Fast Lane Truck, and they're based out of Denver. And they do towing tests going up a hill on I-70. They call it the I-Gauntlet. And, they'll max out a trailer and they'll go up this massive hill, in whatever pickup it is with a maxed out weight or close to it. And they'll get, like 4 miles per gallon. But I think that one of the reasons that I don't get such a big hit on the MPG is because, first of all, there's not that much wind resistance from the A-frame, because the A-frame closed up is about 5'7", and the truck is about 6'4", 6'5", something like that. So you don't have something sticking up. You don't have a big RV that's above the level of the truck. So while the aerodynamics are, roughly equivalent of a brick, it's not 2 bricks. It's only one.
One brick. Okay.
The other thing that I think is helpful is that the trailer is relatively light. It is 21 foot, but it weighs about 2,500 pounds. And that truck is equipped to be able to tow somewhere around 9,000 pounds. So in terms of its capability, we're really not stressing it. And so I think those things together kind of make it so the miles per gallon is not too bad.
Okay, I'm reading chat, and
okay,
I have to
check in with the chat.
I have to share some things with you. Marianne wants to go to volcanoes too, hike a volcano too. I want to hike Mount St. Helens, but that just seems like we can do that at some point in time. We're all talking about our amazing trip to Hawaii, and Martys Crew wants to go. Gilbert Rod wants to go, and the Idahoanian says we're all going to meet up in Hawaii, and Marty said, "Who's paying?"
We are not paying.
We are not paying. And then
get Bill Gates to pay, that'd be great.
Yeah, Bill Gates can pay. Diana wants to know, why not Canada?
Well, I was asked to pick one. I mean, Canada would definitely be up there.
We get to go to Canada.
Oh, we are going.
We're going to Canada. Yeah. We're going to be at the Niagara meetup in September. And then Chandra wants to know, what's the weight fully loaded? We don't know. We've never fully loaded it.
Probably less than 300, probably less than 3,000 pounds, because we don't put that much gear in it.
Yeah. Well, and it can't carry water. You can't fill the fresh water tank.
We were advised to travel with a water tank empty.
Okay. You can fill it. You just shouldn't.
So we haven't done that much experimentation with it yet. But in terms of the gear that we have inside of the camper, we've added some tools, like wheel chocks and buckets, levels and
shovels.
A little bit of gear.
I have a shovel, Chandra.
But I imagine it's less than 500 pounds in terms of what we've added.
Okay.
So it's probably less than 3,000 pounds all total.
Oh, Diana can't go to Niagara Falls. Now I'm sad. And Beer Belly Travelers are going to Banff National Park up in Canada.
Oh, I've seen pictures of Banff. I'd love to go there.
I want to go. Can I ride in your trunk? Patrick H is here. Hello. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. And then, I don't know. I think I've figured it out. Oh, the Idahoanian's going to pick up a lottery ticket. He's feeling it, so he's ready. We're gonna.
All right, maybe he's gonna fund the trip for us.
Yeah, fun stuff. That'd be great. Okay, Gilbert Rod's on vacation next week, and I think I heard you were going to the beach. Is that right? Okay.
You can hike on the beach.
You can hike on the beach.
Or you can pass out drinking beer on the beach. I mean, whatever makes you happy.
Gilbert's gonna hike on the beach.
Okay.
Knowing Gilbert. Okay, next question. Oh, Okay, this is gonna be a fun one. I know the answer to this one, but I'm glad that you asked this so much, Justin. So, what got you started hiking? Everybody.
Scouts.
Oh wow, that was a shorter answer. Try again.
Well, I can elaborate.
Please.
So I remember my first hiking trip I was probably a Cub Scout. I had a frame backpack without a belt. So I recommend using the belt on your backpack because it puts the weight on your hips and gets it off your shoulders. But my backpack did not have a belt. And I remember wandering around Shiloh Military Battlefield in southwest Tennessee, essentially all day long, and just being beat to death by the time we got done, because the 4 mile hike turned into a 10 mile hike due to a minor navigational error or something like that.
You didn't have a compass?
I wasn't navigating. I don't know whether I had a compass or not.
Okay.
But
You were
I was
following
with a
along.
group. I was following at that point.
Okay.
And so, despite the fact that I was kind of beat down and extremely tired, I enjoyed the experience. And the thing that, and so, in Boy Scouts and my troop, every troop's a little bit different. For us, it was really about camping. We always wanted to camp once a month. That's a really important thing. In a Boy Scout troop, you need to get out and camp once a month. And so we didn't always hike, but there was always something to do. But one of the things that scouting provides is Philmont. So Philmont Scout Ranch is in New Mexico. It's near Cimarron, and it is named Philmont because Phillips of Phillips 66, the gas station, he donated a huge tract of land to the Boy Scouts of America in the mountains, and said, "Hey, here you go. You can now make a Boy Scout hiking park," and that's exactly what BSA did. And so, if you're a Boy Scout, then it's an epic destination hike that you should do. So I spent 10 days in the backcountry, and I actually had a good backpack, and we had A-frame tents that were at least somewhat waterproof, had reasonable gear, had food, etc. And so I got 10 days in the backcountry of the mountains, and I sat on the top of Tooth of Time, and which is, I don't know what the elevation is. It might be like 11,000 feet or something.
Really
It's
tall.
high, but it's not technical. We weren't on ropes or anything like that. So that experience really sealed the deal for me. It was like, okay, I need more mountain experiences. I need more mountain streams. And we've had a lot of rain here, but that reminds me of that trip a little bit. So our first night on the trail at Philmont, and this was 1990, give or take. So my memory's a little bit foggy, but the first night out, we were at base camp. So we're in, it's more like kind of a formal scout camp. You've got wooden frames and like canvas tents. They're like permanent tents almost. So that was fine. So our first night out on the trail was a beautiful night. It didn't rain. We had Philmont provides a guide that stays with the treks like the first night or two. And our guide made a cobbler and a Dutch oven, and we had a campfire, and it was great. And then after that, it rained every single day. And it normally rained at night, but it would sometimes start raining in the afternoon. And so I remember a couple of rules of thumb. Don't go anywhere without water. Don't go anywhere without your rain gear. Because when you're at elevation, if you get wet and it soaks your clothes, that's a safety risk.
It's cold.
You can get hypothermia. And that's also where I learned to minimize the use of cotton. So whenever we hike, there's no cotton. Like maybe like my tan hat, not this one, but I've got another sort of tan flippy hat that's cotton. But apart from that, there is no cotton on either one of us. That's sort of one of my rules when it comes to gear, because I've gotten gear that's cotton wet, in the cold, and it's horrible. There's no insulating value. So I've kind of digressed here a little bit, I think.
I was going to say, I've got one question left.
But one of the things that really sticks out in my mind about that trip, so it rained every night and the rivers were up. And, there was, one crossing where it's just this raging torrent below us and there's one log. That's the bridge. It's a log, literally. It's like, okay, how do we do this? We had a rope. One guy went out ahead with the rope and he sort of tied it off to a tree on the other end. And then most of us went across with the rope. And then the last guy came across, had to kind of hang on. But the thing that I really remember about that trip was on one of our campsites, we had to get extra water to do some cooking. So I was tasked, we had a collapsible 5-gallon water container. It was basically just like thin plastic, but you could, expand it out and fill it up. So I was tasked with going to get 5 gallons of water. It was like, 100 yards away. But so I got a moment to myself. And so I walked down the trail to the stream, which is somewhat raging river. And, and it was raining like crazy. And I have all my rain gear on. I'm carrying this, 5 gallons of water, at a scrawny, 120 pounds, whatever I weighed back then.
120 pounds of scrawny.
For me, it was.
Okay.
It was maybe it was 100. But I had a couple of minutes on the trail, all by myself in the pouring rain, and I just felt completely at peace. It was just like all the cares in the world were gone. It was just me and the rain. It was a moment. And that's kind of what sealed the deal. And so from that point forward, anytime I go for a hike, I'm looking for those moments. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you've seen a few of these. And then one of the more recent ones that comes to memory, although it's not super recent, it was a couple of years ago, our first time it wasn't our first time in Zion. In Zion, when we did the 17-mile day, we went in on the East Rim. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when we were hiking in Zion, we did a sunrise to sunset hike. We had a guide drop us off at the trailhead to the East Rim, and we literally started hiking in the morning before the sun came up with flashlights. And we had a moment on that hike in Echo Canyon. We sat on the rim of this canyon and we just listened. We hadn't seen anybody. We saw maybe 4 people and 2 horses all day long in 17 miles. 3 horses. Okay, fine. 5 people and 3 horses in 17 miles. And we were pretty far out for a day hike for sure. And we sat there on the rim of this canyon and we just listened to the wind going through the canyon, and we listened to the wind and the pines, the scruffy pines that can live without elevation. And I could have sat there all day.
Yeah. Because
it was like, okay, I'm connected now.
Yeah. And he looked at me at one point and he went, "This is why we hike. This is why we hike."
And those moments, a lot of times you don't get that connected. You don't get moments that have that much depth. But even today on our little 3-mile jaunt near home, we had a couple of moments where we're just kind of standing there listening to the stream, listening to a little bit of wind.
The birds were amazing today.
The birds.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the sound wasn't quite that pristine because, there's a sound of a lawnmower in the distance.
Or airplane.
We did hear a random farm animal that we did not recognize making an unpleasant, painful sound. So I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what was going on with that. But, even then, it was still a moment of being connected. Mm-hmm. And so it's those
disconnected.
Right. Disconnected from the modern technology world and more connected to, it's more sort of primeval, right, where you kind of feel more human and more elemental.
Yeah. Well, and something that we've started doing. So if you're trying to get a hold of me on a Sunday afternoon, you're probably not going to manage it. Because we go into airplane mode anytime we get out of the truck, put our equipment on, got the backpack on. Once the trekker bag is on my back, my phone's in airplane mode. And that does two things. One, it disconnects us because me being a social media entrepreneur, I'm all the time checking. And if I don't shut it off, if something dings, I'm going to go, oh, what was that? And so I put it in airplane mode, and it's a thing. It connects or disconnects us from the rest of the world. And it's just the two of us, and we get to go hike. And whoever we see on the trail, of course. But and then it does the other thing. It saves our battery just in case we have an emergency and we need to call for help. But Idahoan says the wilderness feeds my soul. And yeah, we understand. Beer Belly Traveler says, that's awesome, Marty. We're obsessed with Zion. Can't wait to return. It's a magical park. It is. What? I'm sorry. Oh, Beer Belly Travelers. See you. Thank you. And it keeps my mom from calling. Lori,
that's
what
I was chuckling at.
That's true. Lori had her phone on when we were on the trail and mom called. It was funny. Wise. Thank you. All right. Last question. And then we've been on for an hour.
Okay.
You've done well. Okay. Yankee from Yankees Outdoor Adventures. And again, guys, all of these channel links are in the description. Please go check them out. They've been awesome in helping us out with questions for tonight. So, and I hope you guys have really enjoyed this show. I've enjoyed listening to what Matt had to offer tonight. So, Yankee wants to know, if money were not important, what would your dream job be? I don't think your boss is listening.
Oh.
But.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm kidding.
I will say that my current job is actually pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure my boss is not listening, and so it doesn't really matter either way. I've got a good gig. But if money were not an option, or were not relevant, I would probably move towards something that was more outside. But I don't know, because I'm in the software business, and I'm not always developing products, but it's still a creative process. No matter where you are in an organization that builds products, there's still a creative element. And that's really important to me. Building something and solving problems is really important. So I don't know if I would leave software, but I might. And if I did, it would be for something that was geared towards hiking or RVing, or something outside. Yeah, maybe a park ranger.
Well, yeah,
I've thought about that, but I've got a book called Ranger Confidential, written by someone who was a career park ranger.
Yeah.
And some of her stories kind of made me think, ooh, maybe I don't want to be a park ranger.
And that they've said that the best way to ruin a great hobby is to make it a job. And so we've worried sometimes that my job now, being an outdoor YouTuber, has ruined it. But I don't feel like it has. We've really taken some steps to keep that from happening. Canoe Hound Adventures, whose name Dennis, is here. Howdy, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. And did I see someone else new? I'm sorry. I did, but I missed it. Jay Thornton 64. I didn't call you out. So thank you both for coming. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, I don't know. Getting outdoors and having to work on someone else's schedule. Like, okay, I want you to work now and it's beautiful and 70 degrees, but your day off tomorrow is going to be, 50 and rainy. I don't know my dream job is to work for myself.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're doing that.
I am. It's fun. Oh my goodness, guys. Thank you so much. For those of you who are in for the challenge, we appreciate you all putting in miles and sending in pictures. You've been amazing and you're doing an amazing job. You're all probably doing better than we are. So Matt said it to our neighbor tonight. He was like, yeah, we challenged everybody to hike 365 miles, but we're losing. We're not doing as well as we should be. Good night, Chandra. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And everybody else who is just here to support the questions and the interviewee. I appreciate you all being here. And we're going to sign off now. Thank you all for a great hour. And yeah, have a great week. And we will see you next week. Will we see you next week?
Sometime.
We're going to try to see you next week. All right. Cheers,
Thanks
guys.
for joining us. Cheers, y'all.
Thanks.